Is just moments away. It's the Vikings and the Texans coming up next.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Play action now. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 61 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point safely through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Desmond King on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson, down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
A shotgun snap for Watson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Steps away. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook with a 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Desmond King now to return it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. To return it now, here's King.
We got this.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
24 down, coming. 24! 31!
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. 21-0 our score after 1. Pass complete from Watson to Akins. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Watson a give. This is Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And some room to roam now. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. From the gun, here's Watson. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. 4th down, off goes Watson. On comes Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. You've got to be able to finish drives.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. On the carry, it's Cook. Cook, a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Here's 2nd and a yard. Cousins gives way to Cook, fighting him off. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Play fake. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Cousins flushed out right. And he's got it. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise, because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the end zone, Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. Powers through, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins forced out to his left. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Cousins on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. On the return, here's King. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we hit halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. To return it now, here's King. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. On 2nd down, Cook. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They run it again with Cook. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Cousins on the keeper, and he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and incomplete on the deep ball. 2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Cousins to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
That's a third.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it. Here we go.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return, here's King. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Back now in Houston. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Watson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And the pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Watson on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd, and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Come on, man. Let's do this.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you that much time in the pocket, he can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Flush to his right. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Cousins here to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Cousins, escaping the pressure right. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he's got room. A big play there on the catch and run.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins dancing to his left. That is caught inside the 5. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Joseph now to have the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. To return it now, here's King. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. One last throw here for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those